So as I mentioned, and you're okay with this, right? I'm recording this just so I can get the verbiage correct and make sure that I'm accurate. So
Yes, fine.
cool, very cool. So tell me, Patty didn't tell me a lot about your circumstances. Tell me about your experience working with collocomotion.
I'm sorry, I've got to take a sip of water or soda
Okay.
every once in a while.
Please.
Do you want to know how I met her
Yeah,
or how?
let's start there. Yep.
Okay. I actually I am disabled,
Okay.
and I was looking for, I went on a local Facebook group. I love Winter Springs, Florida. It's where I live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was asking for somebody that could help me find a Medicare plan. They're a little bit difficult, whether I should go standard or whether or not, there was a broker basically that could help me. And she was recommended by about 6 different people within a few minutes. And so I was like, okay, there was about one or two other people recommended, but of course you're going to go with the one that, people really recommend. So I called her she was able to meet me the next day,
Mm-hmm.
and she went over all the different, she told me to come in. I have 13 different doctors. So she told me to come in with my doctors and with what lab I use, the medications that I'm on, and said she'd be able to go through every single plan and figure out the best one for me. And that's basically how what we did. And she was successful at doing it. She went through every single one of them and actually found out that I had that I had more benefits that I was entitled to than the state had figured out. And so she was able to change some things with that as well.
Gotcha. And up to that point, had you worked with any other insurance brokers for this?
No, I had no idea even where to begin. And that's kind of why I went straight on there and just said, "Hey, help. I have no idea where to even start." I did work with Medicare. I called them. Yeah, don't, that's not gonna, yeah,
Right. No, I hear
that's
you.
gonna, they're not going to be able to guide you much with that. I did have AARP contact me and ask me if I wanted to sign up with them. That was going to be like $68 extra a month plus the premium. At that time, the premium was $134. It's $135.50 now, as far as if you want straight Medicare. But again, she was able to figure out that even though I have my income's it's pretty high for disability standards, especially for my age. I still do. The only thing I qualify for them is that they pay my premium. But
Okay.
had I chose to go with
You're breaking up on me. Are you there? Hmm. Can you try logging back in? Question mark. There you are.
Yes, is this any better? My daughter's been doing virtual school all day long. Can
Uh,
you hear me?
yes, I can. I lost about the
And
last 30 seconds of what you said before you cut out.
yeah, she's been doing virtual school and it did the same thing to her today. So I think and now she's doing something else and it keeps on doing that. So I think it's a problem with today.
Yeah, yeah, I understand it happens. It's happening to people a lot now because more and more people are home doing this kind of stuff than ever before. So,
we're clogging up the systems for sure.
Okay.
So the last about 30 seconds, I did speak with Care Plus and I did speak with Humana before I ever spoke with her. And both of them actually gave me the wrong information. So that's when I said help, and my community helped me.
And you said you found her on Facebook on a community group, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool, cool. As much as you're comfortable sharing, and if that is nothing, that's totally fine. But you mentioned that that you're on disability. Is there any other part of your circumstances that are unique and complex?
I have mental illness. That's part of my disability. I have a tumor in my spinal cord. Do you want what I'm on disability for? Is that what
No, no, no.
the
I'm just basically, this is for her website to show that she's really good at what she does. So I'm just going to try to, when I actually write up the testimonial for you, I just want to
Mhm.
show the complexity of the situation without
Okay.
sharing too much of your personal information. That's what I'm looking
Okay. So I think it would be helpful for you to know that being that I did walk in with 13 different physicians, one is a primary care and the rest is specialists, that's darn near impossible to
at.
find that a plan that can fit that many people, and she did it. So I think that alone is really, really important. That's probably something she probably doesn't run into very often. um,
Okay.
and I have been able, I will say, mental illness is a little bit tough to find help getting.
Mhm.
There's not enough providers. I've been able to reach out to her, and she has, I mean, I've been working with her for 3 years now, and she's been able to go, and she has made an effort every single time to make sure to help me find somebody. I ran into a problem with a lab bill not getting paid, and she actually called the insurance company.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me, but we're having the same issues.
I'll say of all, what's that?
As I was having a little trouble hearing you, we're having some of the same issues for about, again, the last 30 seconds or so. Um,
Okay. She did. I
but
don't know how much you heard. She
I
did
heard
offer to come to my house.
the last thing I got was that you had a problem with a lab bill and she helped you get that squared away.
She did. She advised me on who to call, who to speak with, and told me that it was most likely just a physician writing off a bill. And she did give me the proper channel to go through with that.
Okay.
I also did recently had a problem finding a mental health care provider, and she went and found one herself and told him how to sign up so that I could get some therapy. And then she escalated herself with the company, with United Healthcare, to get them to, and had somebody call me back, more of like in a supervisor status. Sometimes with member services is good, but
Mhm.
sometimes you run into um, them not being able, and I've never thought I'd find a broker that would be willing to go out of the way and do it, but she has. She also sends me, sometimes it's money, sometimes it's not, some emails with like wellness, different
Mhm.
things that I can do, as far as food, nutrition, exercise. She really spends a lot of time doing that too.
Okay, cool. Very cool. And then finally, I mean, we're almost done, but finally, how would you describe the experience from a human standpoint of working with Patty?
I didn't catch, how would I describe what?
How would you describe the experience of working with her just from human to human, just you know, how she is with you and how it is to work with her?
This is one of the most, she is informative.
Hmm.
She is kind. She's patient. My goodness, does she have some patience? And uh, honestly, you know that she's telling you the truth. You know that she's going to do the best for you. You know, whatever plan she chose for you or helped you choose is going to be the most helpful for you and your specific need. Take the time to make sure that the plan that you need is based on every single thing that is beneficial to you, because everybody that has either, you know, that is either retired or is disabled, everybody has different healthcare needs, and she takes it um seriously and makes sure that I have a neighbor that I helped sign up who needed hearing aids, and she went to her home because she's much older, and
Hmm.
she actually changed her plan so she could get those hearing aids um, and afford them. So when I say she changed it, she'll make sure the plan you have is the plan that's best for your specific needs. And I don't think that I would find that with somebody else. I certainly didn't find it reaching out to companies by myself.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, Shyra, I always like to end conversations or interviews like this by asking this question. Is there anything that you are dying to say that I just didn't ask the right question?
Um, I definitely just wouldn't choose anybody else and trust anybody else with my healthcare or picking it out for me.
Cool, cool. All right, Shyra, thank you so much. Thanks so much for, like I said, persevering until we got together on
Oh,
this. But,
absolutely. Thank you. I'm sorry it took me a couple of days to find the time. Everything's been kind of a little thrown apart. The world's a little different now.
yeah, we're all in the same boat together on this, aren't we?
We are.
All right, Shyra, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You as well, Andy. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye now.